What's going on, everybody? Are you ready to hear Joe Biden pretend like he has some answer for the things that they shot down off the coast of Alaska, Lake Michigan, and central Yukon in Canada? I know what they were. I know what they shot down, by the way, because I'm smart. They shot down hobbyist balloons. Yep. They shot down hobbyist balloons. Probably hobbyist balloons that were, purchased from a company in California. I'm just saying. I mean, they could be hobbyist balloons that were from the Northern Illinois Bottle Cap Balloon Brigade. I'm not making it up. That's the balloons that they shot down. They're so stupid. So stupid. They're not going to say that. I guarantee they're not going to say that because that makes them look stupid as shit. So they're not going to say it. But that's the balloons. Everyone can look up the Northern Illinois Bottle Cap Balloon Brigade because they have the last time one of their balloons tracked off of the coast of Alaska right where they got shot. It was so stupid. Right where they shot down. Unbelievable. Joe Biden's... He's a goofball. He's a goofball. But see, he's going to talk about the Chinese, and he's going to talk about how China's bad and all that stuff, and the sanctions that we're putting into China, and the sanctions that are coming back from China to do the thing. And they're just going to talk about stuff. I've been packing coffee all morning, and I don't know whether it's I didn't drink enough water or I just caught whatever my wife had, but my head hurts right now. Pretty bad. I just chugged water. That should make it feel a little bit better, but I got a little bit of a headache. Going on, Jamie Wingard said, hello from Chesapeake. Yeah. Kate said, how the heck is it possible that we haven't retrieved every part of the first balloon by now? It's almost like they don't want to. Yeah. Tommy 2x4 said, they said the balloons are from car lots. No, they didn't. They gave that as an example. They said they could be those. They could be runaway balloons. They could be business things. But what they said is they have enough information to believe that they weren't like spy balloons, right? But if you want to be a conspiracy theorist like the other half of America right now, let's just assume that these are Russian spy, tactical nukes, I saw one troll. I have to assume it's a troll. Listen to this comment. This was posted to Twitter. Someone shared it with me. It's pretty funny. I bet it's been deleted by now because it was incredibly stupid. Where was it? April and Tim know which one I'm going to talk about. Oh, man. That's not it. Where is it? Man, my head hurts. Is this it? Nope, I don't know where it was. But I had a tweet from somebody that was funny. Oh, right here. Breaking. This is not breaking news, okay? This is made up as fuck. Breaking. Top defense expert tells Emerald Robinson that UFO shot down over Alaska by American F-22 was Chinese, quote, exotic vehicle, and that it was hypersonic and might even have, quote, anti-gravity technologies. And then she said the vehicles could travel at Mach 5. Get the fuck out of here. That's like, you wonder why you're an ex-White House correspondent there, Emerald Robinson. It's because you report bullshit. I tell you, with the way people are going, these people are nutty. Like, people are really reaching now. Like, people are like, Steve, this is all part of the New World Order. This is part of WEF. The train's exploding. Steve, no, no, no. Like, and I'm talking like that to sound like Alex Jones, because that's what a lot of people, and Alex Jones is right more often than not. But but when he's not right, holy shit, is he wrong? But everybody, like, I tweeted out, or I made a video earlier on YouTube, and I was just like, you guys got to stop. Like, people have to stop. Everyone is sharing out all these articles about these train derailments, acting like this isn't something that happens 2.75 times per day in America, on average. Train derailments have been happening forever. Truck accidents carrying hazmat have been happening forever. Fires in factories that have hazmat products have been happening forever. Why do you all care suddenly so much? Is it because Biden is president? So now we can just, like, pretend like it's all Biden's fault all the time? I mean, hell, I like piling on the old Biden because he sucks and he's killing America. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. You know, because here's the thing, and this is why I'm getting offended. I'm past the point of just being like, this is ridiculous. I'm starting to get offended because you got big people, you got big accounts, you got big people that are speaking out and saying, what's up with all these train derailments? Is this intentional? Blah, blah, blah. All these stupid freaking fear-mongering bullshit that they're posting out. They know it's not intentional. They can do the same Google searches that anyone else can, but they're doing it to get traction, and then they get a million other people to buy into it, and then the leftist rags are like, hey, look, everything they say is complete bullshit because they're regurgitating this bullshit, which pisses me off more than anybody, you know, more than anything about this. Because if you want to be, like, rational, you know, you can say, hey, like last night, I made a tweet last night. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you should. It's gold. But I made a tweet last night, and I thought it was good. And I said, okay, well, I've made logical rationalizations about the hazmat incidents and the balloon shoot downs. I do not have a darn idea about the latest report out of Mission, Texas. A meteor crashed into the earth yesterday? Like, that one, like, I have no explanation for. The hazmat, the tankers exploding, trucks overturning, balloons even being shot down. I can understand those. I can understand those. But the train derailments happen all the fucking time. Just like mass shootings. Everyone acts like a mass shooting is an oddity. There's mass shootings every time. You just don't get to hear about them. There was a mass shooting last night in El Paso, Texas. 4 people were injured. They caught the gunman. You're not going to hear about it because they weren't white. So they don't talk about it anymore. It's irrelevant. But was that the only mass shooting across the United States yesterday? Yep. But again, on the 14th, there were 3. Oh, 1 person was killed in El Paso, Texas. It's crazy. I wonder if they've identified those suspects and they put it out. Said 1 person has died and 3 other people were taken to the hospital at shooting at Cielo Vista Mall. 2 people are in custody. They won't provide any information about them. They don't give suspect descriptions. They don't do anything. They're such garbage news organizations now. Garbage news organization. But I implore anyone that is a viewer of this show, please stop. Like if you want to call out you got to be careful though, because you're going to sound like a liberal. Like I watched my video that I made earlier today where I was calling out, you know, on further restricting hazmat transportation because, I mean, 1,000 train derailments per year is outrageous. I mean, granted, that's down from the 1990s and 80s where we averaged even more. But 1,000 is crazy. The truck hazmat related deaths, 200 plus a year. That's insane. But, however, how do you stop that? The only way you fix that issue, right? The only way you can curb those are by increasing regulations. And if you're anything like me, you know that when the government has that ear, they will take it. And you know that's what they're going to do now. They're going to go after all these trains and they're going to increase the regulations. And then the Norfolk Southerns are all going to try to cut back costs elsewhere. And more accidents are going to occur as they're trying to adhere to the safety standards that are imposed by the government. It's what always happens. It's always what happens. And it's sad. Someone said 8 minutes after the shooting, an undercover police had one of them arrested. Yeah, he was an off-duty. From what I understand, he was an off-duty officer that was working mall security, right? I believe that's what I heard. For the El Paso shooting, which was great. And I'm not trying to minimize by my saying, I'm not trying to minimize what happened in East Palestine, Ohio. Certainly not at all. But I'm trying to say, like, anyone that thinks this is part of a bigger plan, you got to stop. You really have to, because what you're doing is you're literally, and I said that the right has been doing this for a long time. The left make accusations against the right? Whether, whatever the accusations are. And the right is so offended by the left's accusations that they then do exactly what they're being accused of back to the left. And then they're like, we don't do that. Well, we only do it when we're accused of doing it, and then we only do it back as a retaliatory effect for us to. I've never understood that. If the right wants to be taken seriously, they have to act like they're serious. If people are going out and spreading misinformation and spreading, complete and utter basic bullshit lies, or just pretending they're stupid, then you have to say, is anything that person says credible? Do you know what I mean? Like the person today that's like, I have a credible Department of Defense source that said this was a Chinese UFO that has special capabilities that we don't have, and blah, blah. Nope. That person just lost. I don't even know who the hell they were. But that person has no credibility with me for the rest of their freaking life. Someone said, what's going on? Oh, no. Oh, Biden's coming out.
Good afternoon.
The Russian jets, I got it. I'll tell you in a second.
Last week, in the immediate aftermath of the incursion by China's high-altitude balloon, our military, through the North American Aerospace Defense Command, so-called NORAD, closely scrutinized our airspace, including enhancing our radar to pick up more slow-moving objects above our country, around the world. In doing so, they tracked 3 unidentified objects, one in Alaska, Canada, and over Lake Huron in the Midwest. They acted in accordance with established parameters for determining how to deal with unidentified aerial objects in U.S. airspace. At their recommendation, I gave the order to take down these 3 objects due to hazards to civilian commercial air traffic and because we could not rule out the surveillance risk of sensitive facilities. We acted in consultation with the Canadian government. I spoke personally with Prime Minister Trudeau from Canada on Saturday. And just as critically, we acted out of an abundance of caution and an opportunity that allowed us to take down these objects safely. Our military and the Canadian military are seeking to recover the debris so we can learn more about these 3 objects. Our intelligence community is still assessing all 3 incidences. They're reporting to me daily and will continue their urgent efforts to do so, and I will communicate that to the Congress. We don't yet know exactly what these 3 objects were, but nothing right now suggests they were related to China's spy balloon program or that they were surveillance vehicles from any other country. The intelligence community's current assessment is that these 3 objects were most likely balloons tied to private companies, recreation or research institutions studying weather or conducting other scientific research. When I came into office, I instructed our intelligence community to take a broad look at the phenomenon of unidentified aerial objects. We know that a range of entities, including countries, companies, and research organizations, operate objects at altitudes for purposes that are not nefarious, including legitimate scientific research. I want to be clear. We don't have any evidence that there has been a sudden increase in the number of objects in the sky. We're now just seeing more of them, partially because the steps we've taken to increase our radars, to narrow our radars. And we have to keep adapting our approach to dealing with these challenges. That's why I've directed my team to come back to me with sharper rules for how we will deal with these unidentified objects moving forward, distinguishing between those that are likely to pose safety and security risks that necessitate action and those that do not. But make no mistake, if any object presents a threat to the safety and security of the American people, I will take it down. I'll be sharing with Congress these classified policy parameters when they are completed, and they'll remain classified so we don't give our roadmap to our enemies to try to evade our defenses. Going forward, these parameters will guide what actions we'll take while responding to unmanned and unidentified aerial objects. We're going to keep adapting them as the challenges evolve, if it evolves. In addition, I've directed my national security advisor to lead a government-wide effort to make sure we are positioned to deal safely and effectively with the objects in our airspace. First, we will establish a better inventory of unmanned airborne objects in space above the United States airspace and make sure that inventory is accessible and up to date. Second, we'll implement further measures to improve our capacity to detect unmanned objects in our airspace. Third, we'll update the rules and regulations for launching and maintaining unmanned objects in the skies above the United States of America. And fourth, my Secretary of State will lead an effort to help establish common global norms in this largely unregulated space. These steps will lead to safer and more secure skies for our air travelers, our military, our scientists, and for people on the ground as well. That's my job as your President, Commander-in-Chief. As the events of the previous days have shown, we'll always act to protect the interest of the American people and the security of the American people. Since I came to office, we've developed the ability to identify, track, and study high-altitude surveillance balloons connected with the Chinese military. When one of these high-altitude surveillance balloons entered our airspace over the continental United States earlier in the month, I gave the order to shoot it down as soon as it would be safe to do so. The military advised against shooting it down over land because of the sheer size of it. It was the size of multiple school buses and it posed a risk to people on the ground if it was shot down where people lived. Instead, we tracked it closely, we analyzed its capabilities, and we learned more about how it operates. And because we knew its path, we were able to protect sensitive sites against collection. We waited until it was safely over water, which would not only protect civilians, but also enable us to recover substantial components for further analytics. And then we shot it down, sending a clear message. The violation of our sovereignty is unacceptable. We'll act to protect our country, and we did. Now, this past Friday, we put restrictions on 6 firms that directly support the People's Republic Liberation Army, the People's Liberation Army Aerospace Program. That includes airships and balloons, denying them access to U.S. technology. We briefed our diplomatic partners and our allies around the world, and we know about China's program and where their balloons have flown. Some of them have also raised their concerns directly with China. Our exports have lifted components of the Chinese balloon's payload off the ocean floor. We're analyzing them as I speak, and what we learn will strengthen our capabilities. Now, we'll also continue to engage with China, as we have throughout the past 2 weeks. As I've said since the beginning of my administration, we seek competition, not conflict with China. We're not looking for a new Cold War, but I make no apologies, and we will compete. And we'll responsibly manage that competition so that it doesn't veer into conflict. This episode underscores the importance of maintaining open lines of communication between our diplomats and our military professionals. Our diplomats will be engaging further, and I will remain in communication with President Xi. I'm grateful for the work of the last several weeks of our intelligence, diplomatic, and military professionals who have proved once again to be the most capable in the world. And I want to thank you all. Now look, the other thing I want to point out is that we are going to keep our allies and the Congress contemporaneously informed of all we know and all we learn. And I expect to be speaking with President Xi, and I hope we are going to get to the bottom of this. But I make no apologies for taking down that balloon. Thank you very much.
Why have you chosen Poland for your What message do you want to send?
Sir, there's been criticism. There's been criticism that this was. There's been criticism that this.
You're trying to compromise by your family's business relationships.
Sir, Mr. President, there is.
Give me a break, man.
Did you overreact?
Mr. President, there's been criticism that this was an overreaction that was done because of political pressure.
You can come to my office and ask the question when they have more polite people with you.
Mr. President, why have you chosen Poland for your trip to mark anniversary of the war? And what's your message? What?
When are you speaking to President Xi, Mr. President?
We look strong as shit, don't we? Don't we, boys and girls? Man, like, this country looks strong. We look strong as fuck. With that old-ass, feeble man as the leader of the free world. My gosh. My gosh. Oh, man. He tried to answer a question, but he's like, come on, man. Because they asked him, like, a real question. Oh, my God. You know, Chi right now, he's sitting there eating his noodles, right? Yeah, noodles, right? Or I'll stop. But see, he's sitting there because it's probably lunchtime or dinner time in China, right? I don't know. Maybe he's sleeping. I have no idea. What? Like, if I was the president, I'd be eating all the time. I'll be honest. Eating and deadlifting and then yelling at the media for being fake as shit. That's what I would be doing. But man, well, it's so sad. It really is. It's so sad. It's really sad that this country has a two-party system. So you can't run as like a libertarian. You can't run as like an independent and become president. You won't have the support to do so. Man, he said, I thought he'd say, y'all a nosy bunch. Yeah, right. He said, come by his office. Yeah, it must have been a kid in the room. It's probably one of those like young journalists, like, Mr. President. He's like, you come by my office. Creeper, bro. Creeper. So what we learned from this press conference is nothing, actually. But we did, based on the information that was provided here, based on some other information and a little bit of old-fashioned ingenuity, we've been able to figure out that the cost of the missiles alone are right around $1.8 million. This doesn't include the flight time for the freaking jets, all of the resources that go into doing it. But so we can assume that at a bare minimum, the United States spent $1.8 billion to shoot down $400 worth of hobbyist balloons. And they're not going to tell you that. They're just going to say, we don't know what they were. It's unconsequential, blah, blah, blah. They know exactly what it is because the people who lost the balloon, well, they contacted NORAD. They contacted the FBI. They contacted the Navy. They contacted everybody. And they're not getting anywhere. And they have the tracking on the device, so they know it was their balloon that was shot down in Alaska. And now it's starting to come out. But I wouldn't be surprised if they all just get, like, silenced, right? They just get a payout. I would sue them. I'll be honest. I would sue the shit out of the United States. I almost want to go buy one of these $120 weather balloons and send it up just so they'll shoot it down so I could sue them. Because I'd be like, you cost me $120, because there's dozens of these damn balloons going up. But that's what it is. Someone said, how does physical go today? I don't know. Maybe, what is that thing when they take a camera? Colonoscopy. He was walking like he had a colonoscopy today. Would that be part of a routine physical for a 500-year-old man? I don't know. I don't know. But we're never going to actually know what they shot down. They probably already have it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine all of our soldiers walk up? They got guns drawn in case it's aliens and stuff. And they're like, oh, dude, it's a little weather balloon you buy at Radio Shack. Like, they're probably so pissed off. They're like, yeah, we can't find anything. So, because they're just like, we're not going to be honest. But this was like the clearest example. If you're a Democrat and you are proud that you voted for that guy, you are mentally challenged. Like, I'll be honest with you. If you are proud, if he's the guy that you think would be a great representation of what's for this country, you are certifiably insane. Okay, certifiably insane. I'll be honest. I'll say it across the board. My wife, fucking nuts. But she was nuts before she voted for Biden. But she's fucking crazy now. I'm going to tell her today when she gets home. I'm going to be like, for one, you got me sick. Secondly, you're fucking nuts. Your vote fucked us all. Like, that's what I'm going to say. But, oh, man. It's crazy. He's not going to talk about Ohio. You know, President Biden is not going to talk about what's going on in Ohio, because if he did, he would have to address the fact that his forcing the union workers to go back to work is directly responsible for this. And if you don't believe that, go look at the union workers' statements. Go look what the presidents of the union were saying, why they needed the extra money. Go look, because they said if we don't, we're going to have a major issue. Because our workers are underpaid, they're overworked, they're not, you know, they needed that time. They needed paid time off and all that stuff. And they didn't get it. And so he's not going to address what's happening in Ohio. You know, and maybe, like, and I would hate to make this argument, but it's true. If it happened in California, do you think that he would have addressed it? Do you think he would have sent out something and said, you know, my wife and, you know, Jill and I are really wishing the best and the horrible things. He probably would have blamed white supremacy and all that stuff. You know, maybe if they were white tankers, do you think they would do it? Because these tankers were black that were leaking the chemicals out. Do you think if they were white tankers, he would have condemned the white tankers and said that it passed legislation that all tankers need to be, you know, fluorescent pink or rainbow colored? I don't know. It's just sad. Mrs. Liberty said on YouTube, a massive fire is broken out at a warehouse that stores plastic pots and fertilizer in Kissimmee, Florida. What in the world is going on? Oh, Miss Liberty, take Liberty off your name, please, because you are doing exactly what the leftist shitheads want you to do. Oh, you mean there's a fire with Hazmat? Oh, do you know almost every fire in an industrial place has Hazmat? Do you know that? Do you know what the last fire I ever fought when I was a firefighter was? A factory that had Hazmat, had all sorts of chemicals. It had massive fucking like propane tanks. That's what I was doing. I was spraying water on propane tanks so it didn't blow up right under me. Like, come on. Every factory has these. Yeah, and people are like, oh, there's a fire. No shit. There's fires every day. Remember all those Amazon factories that burned down and then it switched and then it was chicken poultry? Pay attention. You guys are being steered the wrong way. The wrong way. You're all being steered into just looking like like, seriously, the left is looking for ways to take away any credibility that they have. And if you noticed, they're kind of egging this one on a little bit. They're egging on, like, is this deliberate? Is this blah, blah, blah? Pay attention to that, because what they're doing is they're capturing all your stupid comments, not you particularly, but the bigger accounts. They're capturing all your stupid arguments in, you know, citing conspiracies that this is like George Soros using mind control to blow up, you know, factories and crash trains and do all that stuff, as if it's some sort of conspiracy to poison, you know, a Republican district. We heard all, come on, guys. You have to stop. You have to stop. Becky Marquez said, I see Hulu has put out a series about the 1619 Project. Yep, they did. Do you have a problem with that? Because I don't. You know why I don't? Because I'm not going to watch it. I don't give a fuck. It's like someone posted pictures yesterday of a Borders or a Barnes and Noble, because Borders is closed. And it was like, my Black Lives Matter baby. And raising, you know, me, or what was it? You, them, and something, with the words that can describe you. Like stupid, hipster, woke bullshit books that were apparently in the kids section in Barnes & Noble. And everyone's like, we need to strike. We need to protest outside Barnes & Noble. And I'm like, why? Why? Because you believe a business should be able to make their own determination about having to give COVID vaccinations or wear masks in stores. But you don't believe that same business can dictate what they sell to the general public? Mind you, it's not like a library where they're offering it for people to go and read. No, you got to pay for it. You have to literally pick up the book, carry it in. I don't care. I don't care. I don't, like, who cares about any of that stuff? It's not in the school. If it was in the school, I agree. It has no business being in the school. But who cares if it's in Barnes & Noble? You know what I mean? And there was big accounts. I think it was the Daily Wire or something. Yeah, it was the Daily Caller. The Daily Caller posted that out yesterday. Said, oh my God, look what's in our local Barnes & Noble. A book about Black Lives Matter aimed at, corrupting your children. It's not going to corrupt my children. You know why? One, we don't shop at fucking Barnes & Noble. There's this little thing called Amazon. Secondly, I'm not going to buy the book. My kids aren't going to read the book. They're not going to be exposed to it because we're not going to buy it. Do I believe that I have the right to go in and demand that Barnes & Noble doesn't sell the book? If you say yes to that, then you also believe that bookstore in Portland had the right to block Andy No's book. I bet you didn't agree with that. Remember when Andy No's book was published in, or was for sale at that bookstore in Portland, and all the Antifa protested and got the book taken down, and there's this big call to have everyone boycott that bookstore because they caved to the left and had books removed. Yet the right is literally trying to do the same exact thing right now. It's so fucking stupid. You guys got to all wake up. And I'm talking in general terms, not specific to the people in my chat, but I'm talking in general terms. We're all being misled and used. People have to wake up and realize that you are being played. Because the same thing that the left was doing 2 years ago that everyone yelled at them for doing, and everyone was like, oh my God, can you believe they're doing this? And cried and like literally sulked yourself to sleep at night. That's what everyone's doing now. Oh, let's go cancel this book. I have no interest in reading it whatsoever, but I don't want other kids from reading it. It's just like this fucking New York commissioner, police commissioner, a prior one, good guy, right? He said he's not voting for Nikki Haley because she is vaccinated. Who gives a fuck if she's vaccinated? Was she forcing vaccinations on other people? At that point, I would say that's wrong. Don't appoint her. But because she made a personal choice to get vaccinated, that is your one argument that you're not going to vote for? What the shit? What the shit? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I don't like Nikki Haley because she's a rhino. She's a globalist. I don't like her. But it's not because she got vaccinated. I could give two shits about someone's personal vaccination status. Was Nikki Haley walking around with a little hypodermic needle injecting all you guys, giving you you know what? Why is that going to be a reason why someone doesn't vote for someone? People have to stop. You have to wake up. Like, I mean it. I mean it. Because I'm losing faith in America as a whole. When I see people that are smart, intelligent people being like, oh, do you think these train things are part of a bigger conspiracy? No, they're not. They happen all the time. And the only way to fix it is to increase government regulation. It's like a catch-22. Didn't you hear Biden today? He's like, we have to get these balloons and we have to keep track of what's in our orbit. He didn't sound like that. That would sound intelligent. He's like, we're going to keep a list. And it's going to be a very defined list, and we're going to share that list. And what he's trying to say is because these little hobbyist balloons that weigh like 6 pounds total and cost $120, they're made in Japan too. Go figure that out. Or the one in California. But once they set up, they float around 20,000 to 40,000 feet. Typically, they can't withstand going higher than that, which makes sense, right? But that's right where commercial traffic is, right? So what are they supposed to do? They're not required to file anything with the FCC because they weigh about 6 pounds, or FAA, because they weigh about 6 pounds. So there is no regulations, no registration, no tracking or anything for any of these little balloons. You could go buy one of these kits, fill it up with the equal parts helium versus air and oxygen and whatever the hell goes in there, and send that balloon up, and it could orbit the world several times. There's one balloon up there that's already made 4 different passes all the way around the world. It's pretty interesting. But it doesn't take that hard to look it up. It's not that crazy. But you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen now? This is what's going to happen. Now they're going to require you to get a license. Sounded like someone just hit the building. I don't see anything on the camera, so I'm good. I got my gat right there. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But, what was I saying? That was loud. I don't know what it was. Man, my headache. Someone said, but blowing up those tanks can't cause that chemicals mix with water, which can kill over time. Yeah, but what do you think happens when the tanks just explode? Here's the craziest thing, right? So you're talking about the Ohio incident, right? Because the way they did it, controlled release is what they're saying. But in order to evaporate said fluid, right? Because it travels at 8 degrees, which is its boiling point. So while it was sitting there traveling at 8 degrees, which is in liquid form, its boiling point, it was expanding, right? And so as there was fire on the thing and as it was going, it was expanding out and they were worried about a big explosion. So they decided, they probably looked up in the little hazmat manual, okay, this burns off at 1600 degrees Fahrenheit. So we are going to try to ignite this all so it all burns off at 1600 because it only takes like a second or two, right? A second or two for this to be in the heat, it will explode and it'll be done. And then the chemical at that point is done. Right? But you're missing already that half of the chemical already leaked into this trench that Norfolk Southern dug out, right? So there was a trench alongside the railroad tracks that they dug out, and that's what was capturing all of the leaky fluid that was coming before. But so this is my theory on what happened, right? So they put the detonated charge to do the controlled explosion, right? They put that detonated charge up there. They went to blow that sucker up. Temperature never got to 1600 degrees. However, it did turn into gas. And then that gas changed its composition, became a different thing. And then once it mixes with the moisture in the air, because it doesn't need to be in water. That's what mainstream media was trying to tell you. Look it up. All it needs to do is have moisture in the air. Boom, turns to mustard gas. That's why when you go to the town, everyone's having, runny noses or hurting eyes or headaches or trouble breathing because they're essentially all inhaling mustard gas. It's crazy stuff, dude. It's crazy stuff. However, it's not some big-ass conspiracy. I'll be honest. I know it's a lot easier just to say it is. Oh, my God, it's conspiracy. It's not. Trust me, it's not. But any other questions? Someone said trench to the river. They didn't do a trench to the river. The trench was 4 miles away from the closest tributary to the river. See, these are why facts are so freaking easy to figure out. I don't know how the chemical plume got in the lake. I really don't understand that because if it's 4 miles away, how did a huge plume of this chemical, this hazmat chemical, get in there? You know what I mean? That's what I don't understand. But man, chemicals are hazardous to citizens. Yeah, but that's why they're not talking about. That's what nobody's talking about. So Stephen Lawrence said Acid Rain. It wasn't that a song, Acid Rain? I think it was. That was Chocolate Rain. Who remembers that song? Chocolate Rain. That's funny. Anyway, someone said Acid Rain was coming down on Ohio, damaging cars. Even Tim Cast covered it. Tim Cast is a shill. I don't believe anything. Anything he writes now, don't believe. I'll be honest with you. Anything Tim Cast writes, you should not be believing. After that horrible, horrible reporting about Eliza Blue or Eliza Cuts or whatever her name is, that organization has zero credibility. As someone that's worked in the media side for years and as someone that strived in actually only reporting the truth and facts, that dude and his whole organization could go suck a fat, hairy monkey ball. Like, seriously, because one of them likes monkeys, right? See what I did there? Oh, I connected that shit. But, yeah. What else? No, there's a Purple Rain. That's a different one. Watch. There's a Chocolate Rain song. You watch. You don't remember this song? No one heard this song?
Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain. A baby born will die before the sin. Chocolate rain.
You guys don't remember that song? Nobody remembers that song? That's such a funny song. And you know what the craziest thing is? This dude, and I'm guessing it's a monetized video, he has 135 million views on that video with 1 million subscribers.
Hey.
And his last video was, 2 years ago? That video, to the Chocolate Rain video, man, dude, his last video was 2 years ago. Did he just give up? Well, he probably doesn't, that guy never needs to work again. If he's monetized and that video is getting 1 million views a month, He'll never after work again. Ever. Laura Manna said, I'm so jealous of Timcast. No, because we report the truth. That's the difference. I'm not jealous of someone that built something that big, but that lies to his audience. It's just not me. You know, I don't care to do that. You know, and more power to Timcast for building something amazing. I just wish that he would actually follow through with what he says. You know, and like he talked about, oh, we're going to report facts. We're going to do this. Okay, then do it. Don't do something and then label it as gonzo journalism and burn out, all your people. It's just stupid, man. And that's my belief. I'm not jealous over Timcast. I just don't like the fact that they turned coat, you know, and that's my belief. But and I know a lot of people disagree, or a lot of people like that. Someone said, "Wow, your cold meds are strong today." I haven't had any cold meds. Someone said Timcast music sucks. No, they don't. Like the one song, I think it was catchy till you listen to the words. Where's the song? The new one sucked ass. Like the new one was fucking horrible. This one. Instead of dreaming, let me die for you. This one. That one, I couldn't stand that fucking song. But this one, I didn't think this song was that bad. His voice is annoying. Oh, you bought a custom American flag. That'll ship tomorrow. This song wasn't that bad. Left me there, staring at the heartache in my soul as I fell to pieces into the one you're leaving. But, and then it just continues on. Like, I was kind of let down because when he first put that out, I was like, oh, this is going to be good, right? He's going to yell and scream in it, but he didn't. And it pissed me off. Because I'm like, that song would have been the perfect candidate for a super hard breakdown. Do you know what I mean? But he didn't do it. And for anyone that doesn't know, I was a manager for bands. It was the first business I ever started, and I was a concert promoter. So I do know a little bit about music, just a little bit. And I play some mean guitar, except I really suck at it. And I used to sing, but I don't anymore because stage fright. What else? Oh my gosh. Breaking news. Wait. Nope. I don't have a breaking news, but breaking news. U.S. Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman's chief of staff has released a statement today saying last night Senator John Fetterman checked himself into Walter Reed National Medical Center to receive treatment for clinical depression. While John has experienced depression on and off throughout his life, it only became severe in recent weeks. On Monday, John was evaluated by Dr. Brian P. Monahan, the attending physician of the United States Congress. Yesterday, Mr. Monahan recommended having inpatient care at Walter Reed. John agreed. He is receiving treatment on a voluntary basis. After examining John, the doctors at Walter Reed told us that John is getting the care he needs and will soon be back to himself. Depression is real. That's all I'm going to say about that. Depression is real. But see, that's what happens when we appoint people that are not fit to fucking serve. Oh my gosh, bro. But I don't want to like say anything about mental health stuff. Like, so I'm not going to pick on him too much. But that's a big story. You know, that's a big story. But someone said, didn't know you were a music man. Why do you think Loza and I talk so much? Because he knows I know all about the business. When he was talking about his like record deals and all that, I'm like, he's just telling me specifics. And I'm like, yeah, don't sign that. And he's like, what do you mean don't sign that? And I'm like, yeah, don't sign that. Those are the kind of contracts I used to give my musicians. Don't do it. Because I'll own your shit, or they own your shit. And guess what? They owned his shit. He doesn't even make money off of his music anymore. Sad. Yeah, but with the Fetterman stuff, yeah, it's sad. So according to a breaking news statement from Fetterman's office, his chief of staff, John Fetterman has been admitted into the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center to receive treatment for clinical depression. So that's crazy. Denise in Virginia with the Jeep. She's got that Jeep, yo. She said, what'd you say? You watch Steve every time. I may also not like everything he says, but you still watch. It's because you're addicted, bruh. That's what it is. You're addicted to me and the truth. Not necessarily me as much as the truth. The truth is what we're all addicted to. See how I pause like that? So that when he said, give me a break, man, during that press conference, that's because a journalist asked, are you compromised by your family's business relations in China? Which he walks me back and he goes, give me a break, man. You cut me off. And then walks off the stage. Unbelievable. Hey, guys, just so you know, tomorrow we are sending out pretty much all the orders. Like whoever just ordered that flag, shout out to you, the big custom American flag. That flag will be going out tomorrow. We still have plenty of the custom woodwork American flags. I think we have 2 more American flags, 1 more thin blue line flag, 2 thin blue line. Well, I don't know, whatever's online. But we have those custom woodwork flags by Rocky's Woodworkings. So you should definitely do that. Also, our Patriotic as F bundles. I'll be honest, I switched up the hours at the store, right? Because I don't want to brew a second pot of coffee in the afternoon and the first pot's been sitting for a couple hours, right? So what I decided to do is change my hours 7 to 12, Tuesday through Friday, and then I'll open till 3 o'clock on Saturdays and closed on Sunday and Monday. Now, today I just stayed open, even though I'm going to do those new hours. Today I stayed open because I was waiting for Amazon. I watched the White House press conference. It was a nothing burger, so I'm glad I didn't live stream it. And then I knew I was going to cover this one tonight. So then I decided, I'm like, where the is Amazon? Because I had the lights on. I didn't want customers coming in or anything like that. And then I look, and Amazon delivered the rest of the stuff to my house, which was supposed to be here. So I kind of pissed me off. But yeah. What else? If someone thought Fetterman was fit to hold office, how about now? Yeah. I wonder if Fetterman and do you think Joe Biden visited him when he was at Walter Reed this morning? Because Fetterman is at Walter Reed while God, can you imagine? Can you imagine all the actual heroes that are at Walter Reed? All of our actual, injured veterans and all that are at Walter Reed right now. And they have to share a room with Fetterman. My God, bro. Or all the people that are suffering clinical depression because of war and stuff like that. And if they do one of those group sessions, they're going to be like, so what's going on in your head? He's like, I'm a United States Senator. That's the hardest experience that he's had. It's so sad, bro. So sad, dude. But whatever. Hopefully he gets the help he needs. I don't want to make fun of him too much. Hopefully he gets the help he needs. Mental health is, I have family that suffer from mental health stuff. So I don't like making jokes about it that much, but it's kind of we're all kind of having that I told you so moment right now, which is sad. But what I was saying before is all of the stuff like coffee. I spent hours this morning packing all the coffee orders, or not packing the coffee orders, but grinding up the coffee, organizing everything. The only thing we kind of hiccup again is when I got it from the roaster, the one of the bags of the cinnamon coffee had opened in the box. And because we follow health guidelines, I had to email them and say, you have to send me a new one. And I'm throwing out 5 pounds of freaking coffee because it was open in the box and I can't, you know what I mean? So we can't sell that coffee. So some people are getting the cinnamon coffee, but just there's a couple of others. So this is how it goes. If you ordered a Patriotic SF bundle and you didn't already email me the shirts, don't do it now. It's too late. But if you didn't already email me what shirts you wanted in the store, I'm picking the 2 new shirts that we have up in the store, and those are the ones that are going out for you. I am, however, going to check and see if you ordered a box last month. If you ordered a box last month, you're going to get different shirts. I'm learning here. And so you're going to get an email that says an order with a 0 balance has been created. That's how you can track your shirts. Then you're going to get an email that says your Patriotic as F ammo can bundle has shipped. That'll be all the rest of the good stuff. The whiskey glass, the coffee, the books, the stickers, the patches, all that cool stuff. And what I would like all of you to do is when you get it, post a review because it's super helpful to me. Also want to do what? I have a good success rate today with YouTube videos. Both of the YouTube videos that I uploaded, although no one's really watching them, but both of the YouTube videos that I uploaded today were monetized by YouTube. And in fact, I won an appeal on 2 of my videos from yesterday. And so those are all monetized. You know, so hey, that's why I've been, you know, plugging the shit out of YouTube lately and doing the giveaways, and today is no different. We will be doing a giveaway, but as of right now, I do have to tell Displaced Viking that you have won coffee. Displaced Viking, winner chicken dinner. That's from last night. Winner, send me your shit. That's what I'm saying. I just wrote winner, send me your shit. But yeah. So make sure you watch, make sure you follow me on YouTube, guys, as much. If you want to give like a big proverbial middle finger to YouTube, watching my videos, subscribing to me on YouTube, and sharing out the YouTube videos that I do every single day will really piss YouTube off. So that's it. Mike Hawk said, you fucker, you got me, you shithead. oh, you fucking jackass. That just cracked me right up. You got me, you shithead. Oh, man, that's making me laugh my ass off. That was funny. But you said you never win. Well, all you have to do is write comments on the videos. So like every video I put out, write a comment. Write a comment about the video. And so what I'm going to do, April's going to help me with this because every day we'll give away coffee. So Displaced Viking won 2 bags of coffee. You just tell me what bags. So you got to send an email. And April, if you could help me do this, that would be cool. But what else? Oh, and so send the videos and make sure you're a subscriber. Make sure you're a subscriber when you do it. And then we'll go from there. But which one of your blends has a cinnamon flavor? It's not up yet. That blend is only, and I tell you, it smells good as hell. That is the Fiery But Peaceful, but it's not available for sale on the website. You got to order a Patriotic as F bundle. After I get through this cycle of all the coffee orders and the patriotic bundles and get everything set up, I got to do another coffee order. Once I do that coffee order, then I will put it for sale. But the Frank 01, the call sign for the Chinese balloon shoot down, that is available. And I got that coffee. Oh my gosh, that smells good. So all of that coffee, all of the patriotic boxes, everything will be going out tomorrow, Saturday, and even into Sunday. So... but someone said you're on for us to watch Biden talk about spy balloons. Big nope. Stooley, we already watched it anyway. So, but yeah, make sure you leave comments. Displaced Viking, you got to send me a message, an email. Send it to steve@puretruthcoffee.com with your info so I can send you some free coffee. And then if you guys would like to have a chance to win some free coffee, just make sure you go over to the YouTube video. Make sure you find my YouTube channel. The Steve Oatley YouTube channel, not the other one. The Steve Oatley. I got to blow my nose so bad. The Steve Oatley YouTube channel. Here, hold on. I got you, guys. Here's the channel. Make sure you're all subscribers. And then just every day when you watch the videos. Shit, I don't have this set up. Every day when you watch the videos, all you have to do is comment on the videos. Just watch them. Make sure you're a subscriber and comment on the videos. And I choose one person every day who will win coffee. All right? So, all right. I'm not doing a show tonight either, mind you. I'm going to bed because I have I think I have like 100 orders to do tomorrow. So I'm calling it a day. I appreciate all of you guys for watching. And of course, because I'm calling it a day tonight, there's going to be some huge breaking news story. Guaranteed. I guarantee it'll happen. And I'll be back. But anyway, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you, everyone who's buying stuff in the store. You guys are my